Navalevu for a very warm welcome. I deeply appreciate that this morning. I am extremely delighted to be here on behalf of the government, on behalf of the Honorable Prime Minister, to officially open the new Nakasi Police Station. This $36 million investment in the modern, better equipped facility for our police force reaffirms our government's unwavering commitment to ensuring the safety and security of every Fijian and to safeguarding peace and stability of our nation. As an economist, friends, ladies and gentlemen, I deeply appreciate and understand the importance of law and order, safety, security, stability, which is always a strong foundation for any nation to prosper and in particular to grow its economy. The economics of crime or no crime, stability, security is absolutely vital for the progress of any country. Without it, we can falter. In line with our National Development Plan, we have said this very clearly that Fiji plans to become a high-income country by 2050. It's doable, it's achievable, and it's possible. But business as usual is not going to get us there. And in that context, the role of the Fiji Police Force is central. I have to emphasize this. It is absolutely central to achieving this ambitious vision. Without safety and security, there can be no sustainable development. Investment, job creation, productivity, and in the improvement of the quality of life of our people. There is a direct correlation between safety and security, economic growth, and development. We are, as a government, extremely pleased and delighted with the economic progress we've made in the last 3 years, with good growth in the midst of global uncertainty. Fiji economic growth in the last 3 years has been significant. We are continuing to make significant investment in public sector projects such as health, water, roads, and education. A total of $1.6 billion worth of public sector projects in health, in road, in water supply is underway in the country. Together with public sector investment, we are seeing a growth in our private sector investment. $5.8 billion worth of private sector investment, whether it's new hotels, whether it's new buildings, whether it's tourism development in general, these projects are now happening. We have put in policies that support the most vulnerable by increasing social welfare allowances in the last 2 years, and we put in policies to reduce our cost of living, which has seen a decline in inflation rate in the last 7 consecutive months. Salaries of civil servants, including our police, rise in minimum wages, support to the education sector, such as back to school support, full merit-based scholarships are amongst the many policies that the coalition government has put in place in the last 3 years. And we are very pleased to see the progress in there. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, the policing environment, and I know that all of you senior officers and police officers know this better. The policing environment today is becoming increasingly complex, not only in Fiji, but across the world as the drug problem grows more sophisticated and widespread. We are also witnessing an increase in transnational crimes such as human and sex trafficking, money laundering, and cybercrime. Some of these challenges, like the drug problem, are not merely enforcement issues. They are societal issues, society-wide, country-wide issues. Drugs are tearing the fabric of our families, destroying the potential of our youth, and threatening the very foundation of our society. Addressing these requires a whole of nation response. Our families, our schools, religious organizations, youth and civil society groups, communities, government and development partners must work together to tackle this crisis and protect the future of our nation. To meet these challenges, friends, ladies and gentlemen, we must continue to invest in our police force, enhance our policing capabilities, and strengthen our collaboration with international partners. And I'm delighted that we are doing that with our two best friends and neighbors, Australia and New Zealand. As the government, we are resolute. We are committed to combating drugs and crime, strengthening our laws, modernizing our capabilities, and enhancing our partnerships and collaboration. For the first time, the government had established the Ministry of Policing and Narcotics Bureau. And we are very delighted to have a Minister for Policing that comes with a background that will take this issue forward in a very, very concerted, effective, and an efficient manner. And I want to thank the Minister for Policing for his leadership. The ministry will focus on strengthening the policy, legislative framework, while the Fiji Police Force will continue to concentrate on operational and administrative matters to ensure effective enforcement and community service. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ensuring that our police force is adequately resourced. And I know that when our new commissioner was appointed, we had some very good discussion on it. And it is his leadership and it is his advocacy and the recognition by the government in the 2025-2026 budget. The government provided an increased allocation of $240 million to the Fiji Police Force, an increase of $40 million since we came into office. Government has also increased or approved an increase in the size of the force from 5,550 to 6,550, an additional 1,000 officers, representing almost a 20% increase. This expansion, costing an additional 40 million annually, is a worthwhile investment in the safety and security of our people. And this number, ladies and gentlemen, will take Fiji Police Force, or take Fiji's policing capability, and put it in the ranks of one of the best countries in terms of the number of police officers per 100,000 population. And the key rationale for this substantial increase is to ensure greater police presence on the ground, enabling quicker responses to criminal activity and better community engagement. And I remember growing up in Suba in the early days as a student at the University of the South Pacific, we used to hear about police beat. We used to walk from the university to town and you see police officers on the ground. And with these additional resources and personnel, we expect the police force to be more effective in addressing the rising crime rates and the growing drug problem. It is also critical that we build trust in our police force, as highlighted in our national security strategy. Public confidence in law enforcement is essential for peace, stability, and justice. And let me say this very loudly and very clearly. The government and all of us in government, we are delighted and pleased that under our new Commissioner of Police, Mr. Tunravu, we have seen years of lost trust being restored. I am pleased to say that there is also a significant improvement in the police presence, timely intervention, and arrest of those that engage in crime. The recent signing of the Solesolevaki MOU between the Fiji Police Force and the Australian Federal Police marks another important step in strengthening our policing capabilities. Strategic advisors, and I can see some of you here, from the AFP embedded within the police force, are helping to enhance intelligence, operational planning, overall institutional capacity, ensuring that our officers are well equipped to tackle emerging security challenges. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, in recent years, government has also made significant investments in our police infrastructure, with close to $90 million allocated for the construction of the Nakasi, Nandi, and Latoka police stations. We are also investing in the renovation and upgrading of police stations and quarters across the country. Unfortunately, many of them were falling apart. This will take time, given years of underinvestment, but it is vital for improving the working conditions of our officers, and we are deeply committed to doing that. Looking ahead, we are planning new police stations in Lambasa. Commissioner Northern might be happy to hear this. Balelevu, Nalawa, as well as storage warehouses to strengthen logistics across all divisions. We are also exploring community police posts in areas such as Bua, Kandabu, Tavuni. These developments require careful planning, budget commitments, dedicated people, but they must, and I can say that they will be done. I also want to, before I conclude, as I said, the police force is building significant trust in our community. But my message to our community, to our people, is that please provide that respect to our police officers who work very hard, who get out in the morning, who do not know the uncertainty, the experiences that they have to deal with on a daily basis. They need the support, they need your cooperation, they need your respect, because only with that we can build that partnership between the police, the community, and the society in general. This opening of the Nakasi Police Station is an important milestone, as we heard earlier. And I want to thank all those who've been involved in this project, including the contractors, project managers, and suppliers. And to our police officers who serve here, I know all of you, if not, or most of you, if not all of you, serve with pride, compassion, and honor. You carry the trust of the nation and the hopes of people you protect. And let us continue to build a stronger, safer, and more secure Fiji for all. Once again, Nakabakalevu for the invitation, and on behalf of the Honorable Prime Minister, and indeed on behalf of the Minister for Policing, Government, I want to take this opportunity to express our deep gratitude, our thanks to all the police officers serving in the country, in the maritime islands, in the rural areas, in areas where they are called on to spend extra hours, put in their own time, sacrifice their family, their friends. And I want to thank all of you on behalf of the government and say how grateful we are for your work, your leadership in keeping our country safe and secure. Once again, I want to thank the Minister for Policing, Honorable Naval Arua, for his leadership, the Commissioner of Police, as I said earlier, has provided a significant, steady, honest leadership that has allowed us to restore the public trust in the police force in the shortest possible time. And I want to say to both of you, Nava Lebu. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. May God bless you all. Naka.